Yu-Gi-Oh was a pretty big part of my life growing up. I loved it as a kid. I watched the 4 Kids dub every Saturday morning, the one where they remove the guns. It was a great way for me to bond with my brother. Around 2009, I played competitively in the synchro era. I made a lot of friendships there that lasted a lifetime. And even though I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game anymore, it really did cement my love for card games, which would go on to me spending way too much money in Magic the Gathering to this day. Seto fucking Kaiba was my first anime boy crush, and oh god, did I ever want to be like Kaiba so badly. Once when I was little, I went to go see a movie with my cousin, who was also my childhood friend growing up. But my parents gave me a $20 bill and told me it was for food while we were out. When we got to the mall where we would go to watch the movie, I went to one of those aisle kiosks that sold cards, and I used the money to buy starter deck Kaiba just so I could get my hands on the legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon card. My cousin's mom ended up buying me lunch that day because I spent all my money on cards. My parents were reasonably furious about this, um, but they let me keep the card, so, in fact, I still have that card. It's, what, nearly 20 years later, and, take a look here. I do, in fact, now have all 3 Blue Eyes White Cat all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon cards, like, in the whole world as the anime suggested. But these cards all have very sentimental value to me. This one I just showed you, of course, is the one I had as a kid. This second one, which has a little bit of a darker tint to it, was actually given to me by that same cousin, sometimes well after that date. Um, And then the last one was actually given to me by my now wife, Rico, when we were still dating long distance in Argentina. She told me how abysmally hard it was to find a legit English Blue Eyes card there. She wrote this cute message on it for me. I'll put it up here. Her English wasn't as good back then. But, even then, she went by the name Riku online. When I met her, she went by Riku. And it's funny, over a decade later, we are married now. We have a kid together now, and I still call her Riku in the house. It's just all of my family here know her as Riku as well. What good are legal names, really? But, as you can see, I've lost a lot of possessions over the years between moving, house floods and thefts. But these cards, I always treasured them and took care of them, which is why I still have them to this day. And hell, after Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds came out, guess who really got into motorcycles? Like, really got into motorcycles? Yeah, I ended up getting my motorcycle license because of Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. For the record, I've never played a card game while riding it. I just I shouldn't have to say that, but maybe I should, just to be clear. But yeah, I don't think it's any stretch to say that Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a pretty massive part of my life growing up. And it's a somber feeling knowing that the person responsible for all that happiness is now gone. So I don't know. I wanted to just go through my memories real quick and say thank you, Takahashi-san. Thank you for all the wonderful memories you've given me over these years, and I hope you rest in peace.